Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video on types of research. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just curious about research, this video will give you a solid foundation to understand the different types of research and their applications. So, grab a notebook and let's dive in. Before we explore the types, let's start with a simple question. What is research? Research is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to answer questions or solve problems. It's the backbone of innovation, learning, and progress in almost every field. Research can be categorized in many ways, but for simplicity, we'll break it into three broad categories: purpose-based research, method-based research, and data-based research. Let's start with purpose-based research. This is categorized by the reason why the research is being conducted. There are three main types: basic, applied, and action research. First, basic research, also called pure or fundamental research. Basic research seeks to expand knowledge without focusing on practical applications. For example, a scientist studying the properties of a new material without knowing how it could be used in the future is conducting basic research. It's all about understanding concepts and theories. Next, applied research. Applied research, on the other hand, aims to solve specific, practical problems. For instance, testing a new vaccine to combat a disease falls under applied research. It uses the knowledge from basic research to create tangible solutions. And finally, action research. Action research is conducted to bring immediate improvements in specific practices, often in fields like education or management. A teacher testing new teaching methods to improve classroom learning is doing action research. Now let's talk about method-based research. This classification is based on how the research is conducted, and it includes qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods research. First, qualitative research focuses on understanding human behavior, experiences, and emotions. It uses non-numerical data like interviews, observations, and written texts. For example, a study exploring how students feel about online learning during the pandemic is qualitative research. Next, in contrast, quantitative research relies on numerical data to find patterns, test hypotheses, or make predictions. It often involves surveys, experiments, or statistical analysis. For instance, measuring the effectiveness of a new drug using a clinical trial is quantitative research. Finally, mixed methods research combines both qualitative and quantitative approaches. For example, a study evaluating a new teaching method might use surveys to gather numerical data and interviews to capture detailed personal feedback. Finally, let's discuss data-based research, which is categorized based on the type of data used. The two primary types are primary and secondary research. 1. Primary research. Primary research involves collecting new data directly from sources. Techniques include interviews, focus groups, experiments, and observations. This type of research is great for obtaining original insights. 2. Secondary research. Secondary research involves analyzing existing data collected by others. It includes reviewing books, journals, reports, or online databases. For instance, conducting a literature review before starting a project is an example of secondary research. There are additional classifications worth mentioning, including 1. Descriptive versus analytical research. Descriptive research describes a phenomenon without trying to explain it. For example, a report on the literacy rates in a country. Analytical research digs deeper to understand why something happens, often using statistical tools. 2. Experimental versus observational research. Experimental research involves manipulating variables to observe outcomes, like testing a new fertilizer's effect on plant growth. Observational research studies subjects in their natural environment without interference, such as observing animals in the wild. 3. Cross-sectional versus longitudinal research. Cross-sectional research collects data at a single point in time, like a one-time survey on consumer preferences. Longitudinal research studies the same subjects over a long period, such as tracking the health of participants over 20 years. So, how do you choose the right type of research? It depends on your research question or problem, the resources and time available, the field or discipline you're working in, Always align your method with your objectives to ensure your research is effective. Research is an exciting journey of discovery, and understanding its types is the first step toward becoming a great researcher. Whether you're exploring human behavior, testing new technology, or solving real-world problems, there's a type of research tailored for you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Let me know in the comments below. What type of research are you most interested in and why? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.